Well, this is my hometown. I was born here at Independence Avenue in Charlotte on the north side. I had a brother-in-law who played piano. Had worked at a nightclub down on the north side, and we had a piano at our house, and he used to play all the numbers that he played in the nightclub. So he'd come home and he'd teach me the songs. I guess I was about 10, 11 years old, and I started singing at the house. And I went to school for a while and done pretty good at that. And I got out of school, I got around about 16, and I started working for a friend of mine called Dolly Bichet. And he run a nightclub, and he had three boys, Charlie, Kingfish, other one was Owen, something, I forgot his last name. And we used to hang out together. We formed a quartet, and we used to sing around on the school grounds and on the street, wherever we could find a bunch of kids, and we'd entertain them. I took a job with my friend Dolly Bichet behind the bar. I was a whiskey runner. It was bootleg days then. And the band used to play in the nightclub. I walked over and told them, let me sing a while. They told me, get lost, don't bug them. But I didn't give up. I kept persisting on letting me sing. Well, finally, one night a friend of mine come in, Pete Johnson. He was a Kansas City boy, and he played a lot of piano. So he had heard me sing at my house. So he would sit down and play a few numbers, and he let me sing with him. So Dolly Bichet give me more money. Said, if you entertain in 10 bars at the same time, run whiskey and everything, and you spare time, he paid me a little more money. I took him up on it. I said, okay. So that's when I first started singing in nightclubs. Well, we had Benny Moulton, there had Benny Moulton's band, 12 Clouds of Joy, and they had Blue Devil, Andy Kirk. They used to play in and out of town a lot. When they'd come to town and play at the Brazil Dance Hall, I used to go to all the dances and I'd get up and sing with the band. I never did like to sing with the big band because they played arrangements. And I never sang with the big band too much because in them days they had their own arrangement. I didn't have no arrangement. I just knew the songs. So they would play for me. Gang of people was working all over town, downtown, working at all the speakeasies. And then we got together and we started having jam sessions. Everybody, fiddler, we call him the fiddler. Fiddler was playing, and we all used to go to the jam session, and everybody would get up and do their style. Everybody was swinging pretty good. So they got a radio station here. They didn't have nobody to work on the radio station. They didn't have no music, live music. So they used to come by the nightclubs and let us play. And we broadcast. And we got together. The station went all the way to New York. All over the country. And people used to hear us on the radio, and a lot of people started coming in town, musicians, and everything coming to Kansas City. Kansas City was jumping then, was on fire. Everything was running big. And we started our own style, our Western style. We played pop songs, we played all kinds of songs. Whatever new song come out, we had it. We'd sing them all in the nightclubs. And we worked real good. A bunch of us. We used to hang out at different clubs. And we used to get along together very nicely. And then we moved out from off on the north side. We moved up on 18th and Vine. We had another nightclub there. And we started working at the clubs over there. And we worked around there for years. Then I left there and went back to 12th Street, where I worked with Piney Brown. Piney Brown had a nightclub right across from the street called the Baby Grand. So John Hammond come through here from New York, and he was down there to listen to Count Basie downtown, and listen to Jimmy Rushing. And after he left down there, he came out to the club I was working at. And he come in, he told me he's from New York City. He was a talent scout. And he wanted us to come to New York and play. I just thought it was jiving. Because Duke Ellington used to come through and he used to tell me he was going to give me a job. So, about a month or two later, he come back. And asked if we would be ready to go. So he took Count Basie first, because I wasn't ready to go. I was having too much fun here. I had never been to New York City. So I didn't know how I'd like it. So about a year later, he come back and asked if we'd be ready to go. So I asked Pete Johnson, and Pete Johnson said, "You want to go?" I said, "Yeah, let's try it out." So we went to New York, and first recordings we ever made, we recorded for John Hammond on Victor. He had a record company called Victor Records. We worked for them, made some records, and then he got us a job in Cafe Society downtown in the Village in New York. So we stayed there a couple of years. Pete Johnson came back, and I came back. And we worked around on 12th Street and 18th Street a while. Then we decided we'd go back to New York. So John Hammond sent us tickets to come back. So we went back to New York, and Pete Johnson got his wife, and I got a little girl that I knew, and they come up to New York. And we stayed there about 9 or 10 years. Corina, Corina, where you been so long? I ain't had no loving, but then you've been gone. Well, I met Corina way across the sea. I met Corina way across the sea. Now if you see Corina, send her home to me. Get out of that bed and wash your face and hands. Get out of that bed and wash your face and hands. Where you get in that kitchen, make them not with the pots and pans. Yeah, that kicks off rock and roll. Rock and roll, they said it wouldn't last. I had some joyful days in Kansas City. I was raised up here. I used to go away and come back, go away and come back. Last time I left, I was gone about 10 or 12 years.